booktube, it's Brekke from Brekke Writes. This is Brekke Reads, and this is the Autumn book tag. As of filming this, I don't think I've actually been tagged by anybody, but I really want to do this tag since we are in the middle of the autumnal season, and it's my favorite season of the year. I think it's lots of people's favorite season of the year, which makes me really excited because what's not to love? The leaves are changing, the weather's getting cooler, if you don't live in California, and my favorite holidays happen in the autumnal season. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. I love all the harvest theme and all the food you get to have in the autumn season, and as a practicing Christian, Advent begins after Thanksgiving and leads us into the winter season, which I absolutely love. So yeah, what's not to love about autumn? This tag was originally created by Amy Jane Smith, and I will link her original video and all the questions down below in case you want to participate. Question number 1 is, are there any books you plan on reading in the autumn season? I have a couple of books that I am definitely looking forward to. The first one is one that my friend Lisa Emowitz sent me. This is one of her books, and it's called Until Beth. This is the story of a teenage girl named Beth Collins who's an incredible musician, but at the beginning of the story, her boyfriend has been missing for 5 months, her brother is in a terrible car accident, and in order to sort of escape the pressures and the stress of all of this tragedy, she goes to a really amazing school for gifted musicians and finds out that there's a creepy dark secret lurking. So this feels like the perfect thing to be reading in preparation for Halloween. The second book is The Sherlockian by Graham Moore. This is a mystery surrounding Sherlock Holmes scholars, and I just feel like mysteries are the perfect thing to curl up with on a crisp fall day. The third thing is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. This is the sequel to Six of Crows. This is probably the hottest, most anticipated book of the fall, and I haven't read it yet, but I definitely am going to. And my final book that I definitely want to get to during the autumnal season is Golden Hand by Garth Nix. Now, I have read almost all of the Old Kingdom books, and this is the latest one in the Old Kingdom series. It starts with Sabriel, and I just love this whole world and whole series so much, so I can't wait to get to this one. Alright, question number 2 is September brings back school memories. What book did you most enjoy studying, and what were your favorite and least favorite subjects in school? I think the book I most enjoyed studying in school was To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I was in 9th grade when we were required to read it, and I am from Georgia and have lived in Alabama, so the issues of the segregated South are something that I learned as a child. I learned the history of the civil rights movement, but to read this book and to get into setting all the layers and the illusions made me realize that's something I really enjoyed and I looked forward to, and lots of my classmates did not. It was really the moment where I realized you could read books not just because they were pleasurable, but because in dissecting them there was something pleasurable about that sort of wrestling with the text, and that was kind of a first for me. So I really loved To Kill a Mockingbird for that reason. My favorite subjects in school were history and English. No surprise at all, I think. And my least favorite subject in school was math, because I have like dyslexia for numbers, and I switch mathematical formulas. Like, I can't memorize the formulas, so I always switch them around, and so math is not my friend. Nope. Question 3, October means Halloween. Do you enjoy scary books or films? And if so, what are some of your favorites? No, I do not like being afraid. I feel like the world is totally frightening without me having to like buy a book or watch a movie that frightens me. I don't mind creepy or atmospheric books. I think that The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater has a great creep factor that edges onto horror without actually ever being horror. But no, I don't like being scared. Nah. Question number 4, with November it's time for bonfire nights and firework displays. What book have you read that has kept you gripped? I mean, let's be real. This book I basically inhale read and absolutely loved it, which is why I'm so excited about Crooked Kingdom. There've been a couple of other books I read this year that have kept me gripped, but if I had to pick just one, it would definitely be Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I was so concerned for the characters. The plot is constantly pulling you forward. You have to know what happens. It's well written. The world is well rounded. It is a great crossover for someone who doesn't necessarily read YA. I think that this really translates well for adults, and I just absolutely loved it. Question number 5 is, what book is your favorite cozy comfort read? When I think of cozy comfort reads, I think of historical fiction. I don't know why that is, but I associate coziness with historical fiction, and my favorite cozy comfort read is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Now, this is an older copy. This, I think, was published in the 1940s, this particular edition. I have reread and reread Little Women probably a dozen times in my life. I think I read it for the first time when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I just always go back to this. The movie with Winona Ryder, that movie production is one of my favorite sort of fall and winter films. I always try to watch it at least once a season, and I just love this book. I'm always challenged by the relationships they have. They're complicated considering this was considered a children's book back when it was published, and I just love it. It reminds me of some of my happiest memories as a child. I will curl up on the couch with this with a cup of tea on a lazy afternoon and read all of it or part of it if I just sort of need a book hug. This is my go-to cozy read. Question number 6 is curled up with a good book. What is your hot drink of choice? Well, this morning my hot drink of choice is coffee because it's a morning, but usually I am a fan of tea. My favorite tea is from Good Earth. It's the sweet and spicy. You can get it in caffeinated or herbal form. It's this very strong cinnamon spice tea, and I absolutely love it. I also have a wonderful chamomile and lavender tea that my aunt gave me from an independent tea shop in Richmond, Virginia, that it is just such a delicate tea. I love it. So Good Earth tea, which you can find in Sprouts, and then a chamomile lavender, which I don't know where I will get it when I run out. So those are my 2 favorite teas to drink when I am reading. Question number 7 is, are there any plans you're looking forward to over the next couple of months? Halloween is right around the corner, and I don't really celebrate with a huge blowout festival. I don't really do horror, and I also don't do sexy costumes, so I have found that Halloween is less and less a holiday I can celebrate. I do have a niece and a nephew. They live on the East Coast and I live on the West Coast, but I will be stalking Facebook for all of their pictures of their Halloween costumes. But I am doing a big event for Thanksgiving. I am flying to London to visit one of my best friends who's studying over there for a year, so we will be doing Thanksgiving in London, which is a little bit ironic, but my friend couldn't come home for Thanksgiving, so I'm bringing home to her. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And I guess question number 8 is that we tag folks who haven't done it. A bunch of you have, but if you haven't done it and you want to be tagged, please know that you're tagged. I would especially love to see this for Denise Marie and for Crystal Lynn. I would love to see both of your pics. If you're new to my channel, if you're new to BookTube and you haven't been tagged yet, bam! Consider yourself tagged and let me know that you've put this video up so I can watch it and I can meet you. I love autumn and I think this is a cozy, wonderful, fun tag. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you're all doing well and I will see you very soon. Bye!